Hello and welcome back to SJ Cartier Limited Combos. And today we're going a bit, as I say, I like to follow a little trail, but we'll go a bit off away from the mindset, although it does delve into the mindset. Is love really lost? And is love just completely different in today's day and age to what it was 40 years ago? And to be extremely honest, when I think about what my next topic is, I may just do a double on this one. So my next topic was going to be, if is the world full of leaders or influencers? And the reason I'm going to connect these two ones, because I think a bit of, how to put it, a bit of what we've shown as is love is what we look for as love nowadays. So a lot of the programs we watch on TV kind of over influence us to believe what love really is. So out to delve. I don't want to really delve into people specifically, but I'm going to talk about individual little shows and kind of give an outstanding look on what I see. Outstanding. But hey, mean what we mean. But yeah, let's go with Love Island first of all. Yeah, I say Love Island is quite detrimental, even though it's very entertaining to watch. It's detrimental to people who actually want to fall in love, and it's detrimental to how people feel they should fall in love and what they should be looking for in love and how they should then portray their love. And the key point to this is how they should portray their love. Because for me, love back in the day, a lot of people were in love and their love was not shared with everybody and anybody. Maybe back 40 years ago, it was because social media wasn't as prominent as it is now, and showcasing your love was not a thing because there wasn't a way to showcase it other than taking your woman out on dates, other than doing things in the house for your woman. Those are personal things though, like to actually make the whole world see that you are in love, you're in a relationship. It was very hard to do. So I'll give you a little kind of example. As you see in my recent videos, I've been doing more of a close-up view of myself. Today, I've actually put the camera a bit less, and you can actually see without a beautiful young cat here. You know what I mean? That's kind of what social media makes us do, if you overstand that. So yes, a lot of people may see, well, no, we have a cat. There's no need for me to feel like, oh, let me put the cat in there today. But because of social media, I've actually said that, and that's why you now see our beautiful cat. So it's a blessing because it's part of parcel of what we call it, promotion in that sense. And if you overstand that as a promotion there with just my young cat, then you'll overstand that with some people's relationships. In, for example, with Love Island, because I'm not to say everybody that goes on Love Island isn't looking for love. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm actually saying is a lot of people that go on Love Island are looking for that social media aroma of, oh, I'm a celebrity, to make their actual present life feel better than it was before. So for me, as an example, I've brought my cat into the screen today because she just happened to lie next to me. And I thought, you know what? It's quite nice for you to see her just lying like that comfortable. I think she's asleep, isn't she? She's asleep. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's quite comfortable, but I feel like it may influence more people to look and say, oh, look at him with his little cat. No, do you get it though? Yeah. So that's how I felt with before I done the video. And if you put that to people in relationships from Love Island, you may oversee they do that themselves. They may not actually be in love, but they want to portray love because it's better for their social media, it's better for their business deals, it's better for their lifestyle that they're aiming for. Yeah. And that's not someone that I think any of us should follow, especially the young kids, who are watching this and thinking that is what love is really. Because back in the day, as I said, love was not like that. And we kind of do see, like, and this is where I say, I enjoy watching Love Island. It is one of my favourite shows. I used to watch that before I was with my partner, she likes to point out. What I'm trying to say. So I was always entertained from it from before I was actually in a relationship, sitting, watching certain things like Pop the Balloon and, you know what I mean? And watching these type of shows that normally I probably wouldn't have been drawn to. But now I am drawn to them and I watch them, and I watch everything with a scrutinized eye, let's say, without judging people, although I'm scrutinizing every action, if that makes sense. So if I met these people, none of my judgments or thought plans would change in how I see them. I would still give them good comments if I follow some of them. And you know what I'm trying to say? I still wouldn't show that energy against any of them. Because as I said to you, there's some people I've looked at in there that you can see clearly have come looking for a bit of love and actually may feel lonely. And actually some people have actually found love and everything. But my main point in what I was trying to like over delve on, which I feel like I'm dragging out, is back in the day, 40 years ago, women and men fell in love for the things they liked and how they got along with each other, how they interacted with each other, and the things that they each could do for each other in a normal day-to-day life, whether people were watching or not. Whereas now I feel like love isn't exactly like that. I feel like some people actually stay together because their relationship is being broadcast. I feel like some people stay together because they feel like they may let their fans or family or randomers down. Yeah. And that's not them looking at their situation of the relationship and the person they're with. That's looking at what this person brings to them. And that could be male or female. So some females could latch onto a male because they feel like this male is actually good looking and all the other women actually fancy him. So you know what, I feel like I fancy him. And I may fancy him, I might find him good looking, but when we're actually in a relationship, we sit down and we don't really have conversations. We don't have fun, whether we're in or outside of the house. We don't actually have interests that are similar or interests that the other person could actually take part in and would take part in, not because they want to have fun, but just so they're doing things with that person. Yeah. So there's women like that. There's men who just like the woman that looks pretty on their arm just to say, I've got a pretty woman. But really, they don't really care for this woman, but she's on his arm. It's his baby mom now and all these things. Yeah. Something I realised from a young age as well was, because as I say, I've lived a colourful life. I've met a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people. I've never been judgmental, whether you're old, young, black, white, Asian, born in this country, born in another country. I don't really care, to be extremely honest. So I do talk to a lot of people. I do socialise. I did socialise, I very much so, with a variety of people. So in my lifestyle, I kind of got to like look at little things, and I say this is why I feel like I'm in love now. I was never looking for some of the love I was seeing with my friends from a young age. Yeah. And that's not to say like some of my friends when I was growing up aren't actually with that same woman that they were with now. And I like to give round of applauses for people. So I'm going to give a round of applause to some people out there that I know that were together when we were young, and that love that they had is still progressing and stronger than it was then. And yes, as I say, it's only from what I see on social media, but it's still nice to see that, you know what, I could see the love back then. I could see you two weren't just together because one of you had a child. I can see one of you not together because, oh, you two just wanted to be the popular kids. I could see that there was actually some connection between you two from a young age, and some of you are actually now with those people still now. But then there was a lot of people I saw that fell into relationships because you were having intercourse. When you have intercourse, you make babies if it's unprotected, and a lot of people ended up having babies unprotected, and that made you feel like, oh, that is my partner for life in those moments. And everybody has to thank God for their children that they have. It's a blessing. But that doesn't mean that you should stay with another person just because of the child. So for me, in my head, I've never wanted to kind of feel like I've been trapped with a woman. I've always wanted to find a woman for me that I can say matches me, can actually deal with my stresses and my negatives to my personality, that hopefully some things I will change, but there will be some things that I may die having these kind of negatives about me, because life is hard, and you know what I'm trying to say? We all can't change our personality completely, although we can change it dramatically. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because it's never good to actually hide who you are. It's just to understand yourself and not try be the negative side of the person you could be, because you know you've been that person. So the love, that's how I used to see love growing up. Like, a lot of people just together because they had kids or they slept together, and now that means the other friend can't sleep with them, so you're just stuck with this person. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And then you see a lot of people actually just stay together because they've got kids, and although they had the kids and that's the reason they stay together, they couldn't actually get along together, which in the end caused, what's the word, resentment to each other. Although they know they are only together for the kid, that resentment would show. This is where cheating and all of that comes in, and slipping out of your relationships. Because for me, when you love someone, you don't need to slip. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, for me, I only speak for myself. You're not on video, so I'm not going to put you into it. But for myself, yeah, because I loved you, and I say I love you and I feel my love for you, and I felt that you loved me as well, that makes it easy for me not to cheat. Because if there was an opportunity, I'd just overlook it as I can't lose you for whatever, one night, half an hour, 20 minutes, an hour, doesn't really. Yeah, I can't lose you for that certain period of time just for this. And that's something that I feel is true love, because it makes me think of my actions before I do them, because I love you and I don't want to lose you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And feeling like I'd share what I say. Also, it's a blessing, as I say, in some ways, because as I say, I had a quite colourful lifestyle, and I've entertained myself enough times to say it ain't no different to me anyway. The only difference is what I feel within you, if that makes sense. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And it's not just an everyday boom wham. It's now got an emotion. There's feelings for a lot of things around you that can make me happy, mad, sad. You know what I'm trying to say? And my actions also have to consider for you, because that's how I feel for you. That's love. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And I'd say back in the day, in grandparents' days, and you know what I'm trying to say? I'd say even in my mother's ages as well, because she's kind of old now. Yeah? Not, you had to say that, but you know what I'm trying to say? Because I'm a big man, I have to recognise she's a bigger woman now than she was before when I was a baby. So, understanding when she was growing up, yes, people like to party the same way people like to party and do their things now. But love was love. When you loved someone, That's who you know what I'm trying to say.
I think people took their time as well before. You have to take your time. It's so rushed now. Everything's rushed. Oh, you love this person just because they've said some nice things to you, and then oh, you love them 1 minute, and then you're divorcing within months. Like, where's the work? Where does the work come into
and
it?
that's the mentality and the influences that we have in our day and life, I'd say, because when people get together, there is always those thoughts: babies, marriage, house. There's all those things that a lot of people seem to put first before they build a relationship. Yeah. And I think that is the problem. You hit it on the head there, because people took their time back then. People took each other on dates. And even when I grew up, I used to take women on dates, and not 5 years, we've been twice, but 10 years ago, I wouldn't take a woman really on a date. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, we'd link up and we'd think of something social to go and do, but the aim was to be doing in the house or in a hotel, or you know what I'm trying to say? That was the main focal of the night out. Whereas back in the day, I actually used to take women to bars and to little nights in a club, like a cinema, and sit down and get to know you, have a laugh, go for a meal, and you know what I mean? We used to do things that were a bit more get to know each other, have a laugh before we actually moved in. And I'll say that's possibly because I say this in every video. I always like to relate to me a lot because this is where I'm coming from, and this is how my understandings are coming from my life. And obviously, whoever's listening, this is for you to take in your understandings of your life and what you really need and want in your life, whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship. Because even like when I'm watching like Two Colds Pop the Balloon, even Arlette, it's like you can see who really wants love, and you can see who actually is just here to be on the screen and actually, you know what I mean? Find some more flues on in the background, and who really wants that love, and who are really ready to throw themselves deeply for someone straight away, but really ready to put the work in to throw those feelings in. And we kind of see that a lot more in the elder generation. They are ready to throw their feelings in. Do you get that? And possibly why I'm with an older woman. I've always liked older women anyway. But it's probably because my mentality was they come from a period where love was love. Whereas the women my age group of 36 and under, they're about what it looks like. Am I looking good on his arm? Is he a man for my friends to like, or my family to like? Can I bring them home? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Often money as well.
Money as well.
Have they got this? Has he got that?
Yeah, but that's the show, and it's all all of that is show, like how you look, whether it be looks or money or whatever, your job, or however you portray to the other public side is what will interest you to that person. And that's not love. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, and a good show to kind of overstand how you can grow and get to know someone is Married at First Sight, because you are put with someone completely random. And it's quite funny, a lot of people will judge some Muslims for arranged marriages and stuff, which is part of cultures as well. You have to remember, yes,
it is a cultural.
It's a cultural. Just understand it's cultural. But then a lot of us enjoy watching Married at First Sight. So those people that judge people for finding a partner for their kids, but then watch Married at First Sight, please look at yourselves, because that's what you're watching right now, an arranged marriage, But on there, you actually get to see how two people that have never met each other before can actually grow to get to know each other. And although you've tied the knot, you're not actually married completely, are you, till the end? But you're tying the knot. and this is your partner, and it shows you how to build a relationship, to be extremely honest. It shows you how to be open. It shows each person how to open up about their feelings, which I've been speaking about in my recent videos. It shows each other how to find out what the other person actually likes and be that person for that person. It's not all about that person being just for you. It shows you that, you know what, you've got your positives, you've got your positives, but you both have your negatives as well. And this is where compatibility comes in, because as I said, like, we're from two different lives, so a lot of people may think, oh, how do you make that work?
Yeah.
But it's compatibility. Like, I think we both needed someone that listened to each other.
And we have to give and take
as well.
And we've had to do a lot of
she had to
give and
give
take.
anti it because me kind of mad.
It's a lot of patience and acceptance.
Yes.
And you have to change for each other a little bit. Not lose yourselves, but...
There we are. We have to change for each other. Yeah. And this is like, even when I'm watching and I'm seeing that woman, and you see, like, there's two points of views. That woman that's kind of like acting a bit old, like from the 1940s or whatever we say.
Oh. Yeah.
And she sounds kind of crazy when she talks, I think, sometimes. But you know, when you listen to what she's saying, she's actually making a whole heap of sense. She wants to cater for her man. She wants her man to be the man for her. She don't want him slouch. She wants him to be the man and be that man for her.
Yeah.
And let her be the woman for him.
Yeah.
And I get that. Because that's what I need in a relationship. That's what I've got. But also, in this new and day and age, you have to also recognise you can't allow the woman to do all of that. Can't. So she's moaning about, oh, he done the washing up, like, oh. No, she shouldn't be moaning about him doing the washing up. She should be grateful for the rest for one day of the week at least. Because you get to do it on 80%, 90% of the time. Do you get that?
Yeah.
So she's very right in what she's saying. She has to cater for her man, and her man has to cater for her needs. That's what she expects, but she's not understanding what he expects. He needs to give her some.
Yeah.
And that's something I think you, as we on this point, I think you need to recognise that sometimes as well. You can't always do it, or you have to allow me to be that man for you, to just cater for you. And you have to kind of allow it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You can't fight it. You can't feel away because you want to cater for me. Because sometimes I have to cater for you to be a man, to give you a rest.
Yeah.
And these are things that, like, as lovers, I think this was very much 40 years plus ago. This is how men used to be for their women. You know what I'm trying to say? Yes, they'd be out the house working all day. Yes, they'd come home and expect dinner on the table. But then these men would take their women out. These women would give their women something. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And it's not for show.
They might have bought a lot of flowers and things in. But I think 40 years ago it was very much those roles that woman likes were very much those roles. You wouldn't see a man picking up a hoover. You certainly wouldn't see him washing a dish. It was very much the women are here, the men are here. But that's what she wants.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't want that now. They want that
equality.
And she doesn't want that.
No, but
which is interesting.
But do you understand it though? Like, it's that growing together basically, and not rushing the growth. Because I think that's because as we talk, I just write a question and I come with my question and my answer to myself, because these are conversations we have daily or weekly, or we talk about these things. But sometimes, as I say, sometimes people need to hear this, and some people need to learn and grow from what we say in these conversations, because we learn and grow from them and learn about ourselves. And to be honest, I want everybody to feel the love I have. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, where I actually care for my woman. Like, I don't want a man to feel like he's out there with a woman but he has to cheat. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because it's a cycle. And yes, I've had my days, and yes, when you're single, I say do what you're doing. You have to do what you're doing when you're single to find the one you love. But I feel like people may go over the ones they love because there was simple things that just didn't align that they could have sacrificed within themselves. And then when they actually look at what they settled with, they actually settled with worse than what they passed the true love ago. Do you get that? And you can see that in these TV shows. Like, you can actually see, you know what, two people in Love Island, you two should be together. But because you was with them from the start, when you first picked them in the house, you feel attached to this person. But in fact, you shouldn't feel so attached if you really see that you get along with this other person and you are more attracted and drawn to them. You find out you spend more time with them than the partner you're coupled up with in Love Island. And you see that, and this is where people become fabulous and think it's all fun and games. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But really, it's fun and games when you're not looking for love. But when you are looking for love, this is not fun and games, because you play with your own heart. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And not only that, it also knocks each other's confidence. It also makes you kind of stand still with growing within yourself, because a partner, like Islam believes, as you find a partner, that's half of your deen completed, because the actions you have to do when you have a partner are not there when you don't. So even as I say, like me being Muslim and then you becoming, whether you was Muslim or not and turned to become reverted to Islam, as I said to you, you could have stayed Christian, but the same rules apply to me as a Muslim man, whether you was reverted to Islam or you stayed Christian. It's still, I still have to be that chivalrous in certain ways and be the man for you, and not just be the same guy I was before you, because I have responsibilities with you, with children. I've obviously got to take on another mother now as well. So, you know what I'm trying to say? There's responsibilities that I have now as a man for our family. Do you get that? So, understanding that in our deen, half of our deen becomes more when we actually have a partner, and we have to grow within ourselves to become better for that partner, and we have to pick a right partner to help us grow. Do you get that? So it's not just about you doing the most for your partner. It's also finding a partner that also is able to keep you on the right path, which I say I'm blessed with you, because as I say, my iman's there, like I got taqwa, but it goes sometimes because of my personality, I'd say, yeah, which is reminded sometimes just by you being at my side. Do you get that? So like, someone could step on my trainers with you, and I just react in whatever way, but not as much. Someone steps on my trainers on my own, I'm stamping back on their foot. Oh, sorry, Willow. Sorry, but I'll do something quick back. So it's like, it's like remembering yourself because you have a partner, and due to me having a partner, it allows me now not to step so hard, or allows me not to react in the same way that I would have without my partner. Do you get that? Because I've got to think of her. So also understanding that as a Muslim, understanding that as a normal human being, we understand as a man or a woman, when we become in a relationship, we have more responsibilities about our own selves and how we act for our spouse. And we also have to recognize, do we actually connect, or are we together just for the sake of whatever? Yeah. So hopefully this one has been it's been a bit different, I say, but it's still all about mindset. And don't be over controlled, as I say, don't be over influenced, and be smart when you're picking your partner, when you're picking friends. be smart in all your life decisions and pick the right partners for you, because we all deserve love, and we all deserve the love where we all 40 years ago, 80 years ago were really in love, and relationships and marriages stay together for 40, 50, 80 years, and people still loved each other as much as they did on the first day they met each other. And that's the love we're looking for, not the love that is just to gain followers, gain fans, grow a business, make your mothers or fathers happy because, oh, you finally got a partner. No, it's all about our hearts and what we really want, and getting to know our partner that we want to spend our life with, and remembering you don't have to marry to be in love. That's another point that I didn't touch on. You don't have to marry to be in love. You're just in love. And as I say, we're not married yet. We will marry, but I feel I am married to you already. Do you get that? It don't take a ceremony to be in love and to prove your love. Yeah? You know what I'm trying to say? My love showed to you when I brought you to my mum's house. You know what I'm trying to say? Because that's not something I've done ever before. Yeah? No other woman. Yeah, she's met previous people, but never have I brought no woman to my mum's house to say, oh, this is my woman. You get that?
Yeah.
So that's the marriage right there for me. That's where we said I do. You know what I'm trying to say? Do you get it? Like, same for you, you brought me to mummy's. Got the talking from the Italian mother about now, do it. So yeah, we have to get, you know what I'm trying to say, but you know, it's inaugurations. It's meeting the family and getting to know each other and growing within each other. You know what I'm trying to say? So hopefully, inshallah, we all find that love we're looking for. Inshallah, we all, I'm not trying to split anybody up, by the way. But inshallah, we look at what we've got and look at what we need. And inshallah, we make the right decisions. We don't just stick together for kids, because we could argue every day, and this kid now isn't growing in a happy home. So us sticking together just for the sake of the kids, but having a disruptive relationship is not love, and it's not love for the child either. So let's overstand a lot of these things. We are all adults, and we want to influence the younger generation to do what they want, but know what they want. Don't be influenced by what you want. Know what you want. So yeah, thank you for joining SJ Cartier Limited Convos today, and I hope you have a good day.